What's going on, YouTube? It's been a long time. Happy New Year since I've been with y'all. This page, Derek Jones Talks 2, is generally set up for one thing, and that's getting at what I deem as the people who look at me as an enemy, so they're now mine. Um, but I'm using it because it's a little more popular than the other channels that I have right now in development, which is Derek Jones, which is Sport 7. Yeah, Sport 7, Sport Print 7, which that's just going to be a sports channel because I'm into sports. I like sports. So that's pretty much what that one's going to be about. This channel, like I said, was about what Sarah Sutin said he be saying, banging on his beast. That's what this channel was before. But I'm going to start, and I had a special channel, Derek Jones Talks 2, which I was going to do for things like this where I'm talking about my own people in a way that's not so positive. This video right here goes to Brother Polight and all the things that's been going on lately with him and a lot of other people too who been commenting on it. I heard this sister from out in Cali, she was talking about how Cali was on it, you know what I mean, on his scamming, and I commend them for that, like immensely, man. Like that, you supposed to catch him, but what I wanted to say to her was, Cali ain't on it no more than nobody else, sis, because that's the reason that this nigga's out there. Because niggas around the East Coast is on it already. Niggas in the Midwest is on him already. You know what I'm saying? Like we already know. Like Polight said something years ago that threw a red flag with me and had me looking at him completely different because I used to love the way he went on in with the Hebrews. And it's not that I try to bash Hebrewism, it's just I bash anything when you try to tell me this is the only way, no other way. Like, you're not going to tell me that that's fucking, you don't have, first off, you have no facts, evidence, personal witness with personal first-hand knowledge or anything to prove that shit. So that is just shit you're bloviating about. Okay, at the end of the day, like that's just some shit you're into, you like, and you talk about. So, but don't try to make that shit as it's some overarching truth that everyone else is ignoring. So when he was getting at them, man, it was good that they got into it because everybody needs to be brought down a notch so that we can all stay humble and move forward. But the problem is the watchers, man. Everyone always have that question, who's watching the watchers? And that's what's going on now. No one was watching the watchers. Polight, Sonetta, all them dudes became the watchers. And no one was watching the watchers. No one was checking Reggie. No one was asking Reggie when you see when he said that time how he speak metal netter and how Polight made the whole video. Like no one checked you and was like, yo, how do you know these things are true? How do you get a language from motherfuckers when you have no witness with personal first-hand knowledge to corroborate that this is in fact the truth? And so, like, even that, I don't care. I'll let that slide. That's history. Everybody's trying to learn. Everybody's trying to get better, but or get deeper, as that is, I guess, the reason for that shit, and become more rounded and more whole with real history. But this brother, man, he said some shit that fucked me up a long time ago, man. He was on Sinetta. They were doing a live event, and me being me, I have a lot of little cousins, and so I like to, and friends, you know what I mean, their daughters and sons. So I will say, yo, I'm into certain things, I'll send them to Sinetta. And so I'm watching tonight, and I done sent people to Sinetta before to listen to Polight. So I'm listening right now, and I'm like, this nigga's up here, he's talking about how he's out in Hollywood, how he want to live out certain fantasies. Okay, yo, I'm not one of the people who gonna sit there and shit on you for that. I have no idea what led you to want to say that or live out those life experiences, but that's your business, whatever, and can't nobody tell you nothing. You know what I'm saying? But when you say things like you on sign that are talking about, yeah, I'm getting money, I'm out here helping women, they've been this, that, and the third, they've gone through a lot. And when I bring them in, you know what I'm saying? When I bring them in, I make them a part of my family, and I this, that, and the third. And then you started going on about how much pussy you get and how you get, like, I'm getting pussy. I'm swimming in pussy. And I'm like, damn, G, what if I had sent one of my 13-year-old little cousins to listen to you that night? What if somebody else had did that shit and you're up there talking about how much pussy you get? Like, why are you doing that? That's that Fisher Price shit. That Fisher Price, my first, whatever the fuck you want to put behind it. Fisher Price, my first car. You see that nigga driving all erratic and crazy in a car. It's because it's probably his first one. He's never had a nice car before. He doesn't know how to act in it. So it's like that's how you came off. And that shit with a brother like me, shit like that rubs me the wrong way because I'm like, this is not what that's for, man. This shit ain't about. Anytime I come around, man, I don't want to hear about you getting pussy, man. Like, that's not nothing I ever want to talk about your dick and what you doing with it, G. Like, so why are you on Sonetta TV? And he was laughing with it too, Sonetta, old fuck ass. Like, you laughing at this shit too. So anyway, that's why I deleted you off all my shit and unsubscribed all that shit. Sonetta, you whack for that shit you said about that man mother because you mad he went and signed a contract. Like, dog, if don't nobody want to sign a contract, they don't have to sign a contract, dog. If you try to give somebody some fuck shit, why would you not focus on the point? That's that counting to 5, starting with 3 shit. You want to talk about how the man didn't sign a contract, but you don't want to start at 0, 1, and 2 and talk about how you made the contract a fuck contract where you can own. Why would you try to own his intellectual property? Really, G? Like, why would you try to own that shit, man? So, long story short, man, Brother Polight, yo, you rub me the wrong way. That whole crew of his rub me the wrong way. And this whole scamming shit is not a surprise. Like, these people like you, dog. These people loved you. So there's no way in the fucking hell they're gonna sit here and make up shit about you just because. Like, that, you can't explain that shit away. You could try all you want, try as much as you like. You cannot explain that shit away. People are not just gonna hate you, out of nowhere. Doesn't happen like that, especially if they're willing to spend bread with you. So they're willing to spend G money with you and above, but now all of a sudden they hate you and they just want to bring you down. Why would somebody who hates you send you $600? Why would somebody hate you buy products when you worth $350? Why would somebody hate you send you 10 grand for some property? Like that fucking. I went back and said, yo, let me look at this and see if these people are actually looking to see if Brother Brother Polight actually is doing what he says he does. So I was looking online for your success stories, man. I looked through Google. I looked through all the YouTube pages I could, man. I don't see no success stories. I don't see no people saying they got with you and this is them. Like 5 years later, I'm still walking this property and buying more properties. I don't see none of that shit, G. I see you standing out there with a brother who looks like he's probably unemployed, and not to talk about him because like that means something. I'm just saying you look like you standing out there with a brother who's probably unemployed, who probably don't do shit but fuck around all day, and you got a little bit more paper than him. So therefore he'll roll, and you probably his fam or whatever. So then he'll roll with you and do whatever you ask him to do. And it looked like this nigga said, yo, all that over there. All that property, that looked like some slick New York bullshit. That's exactly, and not to hate on niggas from New York. I got mad family from New York. It's just like, dog, that looked like some straight New York slick bullshit. And it was like you never showed nothing but you and this nigga standing in a patch of grass looking like it was behind a neighborhood, some people's neighborhood, and the 2 houses you showed looked like they was on the outskirts of the neighborhood or the back of the neighborhood, and you guys were on the top ridge where the kids go play football and shit like that on Saturdays, and you niggas went out there and shot a video fucking pretending like you was really a success story. Like, yo, if Brother Polight is honest about anything and he's telling the truth and all these people defending him, yo, just bring out the success stories, yo. That's all we need to see is more success stories, and niggas will leave you alone. I'll lead the charge in people leaving you alone. I'll watch YouTube all day and all night whenever I'm free. And I'll let people know, I'll comment, leave that brother alone. He ain't really scamming people. He got a bunch of success stories. Nigga, that shit ain't gonna happen because you do not have any success stories. You a fucking dusty, ugly nigga who tricked niggas who got into a certain position and thought you were smarter than people. That smartest man in the room complex. Started tricking niggas, got some pussy, and that shit fucked your head all up, G.